It's your boy Geddon. This is my GGC. Another episode of Good Morning Drive. I think we're on episode 85. I gotta switch that if we're not on episode 85, but it's where we talk about various topics. Wish you guys a good morning, maybe give you some affirmations to, make your day go a little positively, to give you a little motivation. Good morning to you guys. I hope everybody is well. I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Yesterday, Sunday, was a gorgeous day. The day was way out of whack. It should not have been no 72 degrees in October, almost going into November. But I'll take it. Global warming or changing of the temperature is a thing. Every day when I go outside, I see these planes dropping whatever kind of streaks in the air. Who knows what that is? But they'll never come out and tell us. They'll never tell us. But it's not water vapor from the engine, for sure not. When I was a kid, I never remember seeing that. When I was a young adult, never remember seeing that. When I was in my 30s, kind of, probably a little bit, but nowhere near as noticeable as it is today. It's just streaks all over the place, and no one seems to talk about it. No one cares. But yeah, it's just odd. But anyway, outside of that, hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. I had a pretty good weekend. Nice, chill, did my thing. I work 2 jobs and take care of my family. So, my little guy is in soccer right now, so he's having fun. I'm kind of coaching him, teaching him some things, teaching him how to run. The boys fast, the boys real quick. They had like the kids race, and he came in first, or tied with first. And I'm like, yeah, this boy's fast, and he's not even wearing cleats. All the other kids are wearing cleats, so he's pretty fast. But yeah, really proud of him. Made me a little happy dad, But yeah. Good morning to everyone out there. Make sure you find something positive to look forward to, or positive thing that you've done or came across or been a part of. Your days will be better. So think positively, think constructively. Don't be overly critical on yourself, and you will see good things will happen. Don't stress the small stuff. But look at things positively. Look at things positively, think good things will happen to you. I promise you. So good morning to you guys out there. Hope you guys had a great weekend and will have a great week. You guys will have a good week. I kind of know that. So you guys are going to have a good week. Yeah. So the topics that we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about my Giants. I'm still wearing the hat. My Giants major collapse. We're going to talk about here's why. Maybe some color commentating or some other football commentators have spoke about it, but I'm going to let you know exactly why they collapsed, because I'm a Giants fan and I bleed blue, so I know the issues that the Giants really have. And it's not just coaching. We're going to talk about AI in gaming. We're going to talk maybe a little bit about Battlefield. And I'm going to talk about good morning to you. Wait, let me see if I can read your name. Yakuda, good morning to you. I hope you're doing well. I hope I didn't butcher your name. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for hitting that like if you did. And if you didn't, what's stopping you? But yeah, thank you for coming through. Really appreciate any support that I could get on my small channel. My channel is very small, only like maybe 4,100 subscribers. Maybe one day I could get to 10,000. That's a goal. So I hope. But I make my channel because I like creating, and I like creating videos and editing and talking my mind, saying my piece. But yeah. So the last topic will be Trumpers. Are you still in love with the guy? After everything that transpired. We'll talk about that towards the end. But yeah. It's interesting. It's really interesting. So, yeah, so let's go to the first thing. Giants, major collapse. Denver scores 31 points in the fourth quarter. My Giants collapsed. You know, I was playing Battlefield over the weekend with my partners, with my other guy. He's a Giants fan too, and he texted me because we had this match, a conquest match, where we had the lead, and all of a sudden, the other team came back and beat us. You know, you can look at the tickets or your points on the top of the screen right there in the middle. And at one point, we were up 300 to maybe 100, right? They had 100 lives or 100 tickets left in this conquest map. They took over the map. It went down, all the way down to like, it was 30-25, them. Then we got the lead. It was like 16-4 or something like that, and then they win the game, right? So it was something crazy. And my boy texted me. He's like, man, this is just like the Battlefield game when the Giants game didn't even yet. And then the Giants score at the very end. I'm like, see, you said the game was done. It was only like 30 seconds to go. Of course, Broncos win the game with a field goal. So here's why the Giants actually lost the game, right? We lost the game because of poor mismanagement. Brian Daboll, Shane Bowen cannot manage a football team. I hate to say anything about Murray because he's sick with cancer. I hope he gets well, but he can't manage a NFL team either. How many coaches has he picked, and yet you still get the same outcome every year? This time it's a little bit different because Jackson Dart came in. He got a spark, and they're scoring more points. But outside of scoring more points, you're still getting the same results. We're still losing. We're still collapsing, giving up. Already twice this year, we've given up. We had the lead going into the fourth quarter, and then we lose the game. Already twice. So coaching, the bad coaching, in my opinion, is that defensive coordinator. He got to go. He got to go like ASAP. He got to go. He still played a soft coverage in the fourth quarter when we had the lead instead of just, getting a read for the room and just and playing to win the game on defense instead of playing not to lose. It's a big difference. You got to play a little bit more aggressively in those type of circumstances. You got to feel the momentum shift. Anyway, mismanagement. Shane, why don't the Giants have enough depth at cornerback? We should have way more depth at cornerback. When the Broncos started to move the ball was exactly when our number one corner, Adebo, gets hurt and he comes out of the game. That's when everything changed, right? And our signed safety, Holland, he gets hurt and he comes out of the game, right? So as soon as that happened, that changed our defense. Our defense stopped stopping the Broncos. Mind you, the Broncos do outscore their opponents in the fourth quarter. They've been doing it all year long. 57 points to 18 or something like that in the fourth quarter this season so far. So the Broncos do this, but to counteract that long term or whatever, Shane, why the hell we don't have depth at corner, at safety, at offensive line, at special teams? We missed how many? Look, we missed the first extra point. Then you're scared that he's going to miss the second one, so you go for two. We didn't get that. That leads into Brian Daboll, right? You should have let him kick another extra point because you know he is inexperienced. Let him get one in. If he missed the second one, then you know you got to go for it, right? So we don't have depth on this team at all, even though we draft very high, even though we have salary, even though we have extra roster spots on this team. We lose one wide receiver, all of a sudden we have no wide receivers. But thanks to Jackson Dart and Brian Daboll's coaching and maybe offensive calling, I forgot the guy's name. Maybe that's how we got over this game. Got over, period, in terms of offensive production, because Scatterboo, Dart, and our makeshift wide receivers, we're still doing some things. Theo Johnson does have some drops, the tight end from the Giants, but they are making it work. I think he had a touchdown, didn't he? So Jackson Dart actually threw for 3 touchdowns. He had a little bit of a choke, which rookies are going to do. They're going to turn the ball over. You can't turn the ball over when you have the lead, right? But I understand that he's a rookie quarterback. He slightly gets a pass, but we just can't have that happen. Hopefully it doesn't happen again throughout the season, but it more than likely it will, because again, he's a rookie. So I'm not too mad about that, but I am mad about the mismanagement of this team and the coaching in terms of going for it when you shouldn't. You should trust your kicker or build his confidence. And I hear, wait a minute, and I hear they don't really practice kicking. Is that right? Is that true? They don't practice kicking? That's wild if that's the case. But anyway, Giants collapsed because of poor mismanagement. Both coaches and the and the general manager. We have no depth. Our starters go out, and that's it. It's like as if we're not drafting high in these in these drafts every year. The Giants suck. We haven't had a winning season. I don't know how long. We've been drafting high for at least 6 years. How come we don't have any depth? We have no depth. As soon as our starters are hurt, we don't have anyone except maybe on the offensive line. Maybe. And that sounds crazy because the Giants have a average offensive line at best. But yeah. Anyway, AI in gaming, it's coming. What's going to happen to game developing and game developers? I wanted to be a game developer when I was young. Didn't understand, or game designer, I should say. I didn't understand at the time that a lot of math and programming was going to be involved. I just wanted to be the idea guy. But so I feel for this, and I always looked into game development. AI in gaming is going to replace a lot of game developers. Microsoft got a lot of flack over the weekend when they said that maybe these Halo remixes or remasters are going to have some AI in them. And they've already mentioned that Microsoft is going to be using a lot of AI to create games. How the gaming industry has evolved into this overinflated industry. It costs so much to make a game. So much to make a game. Hey guys, if you're in here, please hit that like. I got 6 people or more in the in my live chat. Please hit that like. It definitely helps out, especially if you're subscribed to your boy. If you're subscribed to your boy, it should be number one thing to hit that like. I'm just saying. I just need that support. But anyway, so yeah, game development is super inflated, super high budgets. It takes a long ass time to make these games. So AI, it's almost inevitable. It's going to take over a lot of the gaming development aspects. And a lot of people, unfortunately, are going to get laid off. A lot of these, well, almost all of the major developers like Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, Capcom, EA especially. I think EA and Microsoft are going to be the bigger users, the biggest users of AI to develop games. I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. When that does happen, man, a lot of people are going to lose their jobs. A lot of people are going to lose their jobs, period, to AI. And there's no politicians that are trying to regulate AI so that it doesn't take away jobs. Why is that? Because U.S. government is corrupt. The world's government is corrupt. They want the mega rich to stay and continue and become even more rich. So yeah, they want AI to be developed and implemented into everyday life. They're going to disguise it as convenience, but what it's going to be really convenient is to lay y'all ass off. And we don't need an assistant because guess what? We got AI assistant. We don't need anyone to make schedules or manage whatever data because we're going to have AI do it, So you're still going to need a human element. You're just going to need a lot less of a human element with all this AI that's going to that's going to be implemented. It's terrible, but that's what it is. Um, and I feel really bad for the developers. Developing games is really hard. It takes a long ass time. A lot of effort goes into developing games, and dang, he just ran the red light like it was nobody's business. That's Patterson for you, boy. Wawa, good morning to you, man. Good morning. You got an AI looking name, but anyway, but yeah, so that's what it is. And I want to ask, speaking of politicians and all that, people who voted for Trump, are you guys still in love with Trump? You guys still like Trump like that? You know, I thought he said that he was gonna help out America and break down prices and stop these wars. Ugh, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. None of that happened. And you know, I'm not coming from the perspective or the lens of, hey, I voted Democrat and ha ha ha, egg on your face. No, I ain't no damn Democrat either, right? I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. But I'm just saying, are y'all still in love with Trump? Even though, you know, he done through his tariffs is making Americans' lives more difficult, making everything more expensive, right? Unless you can afford all these high ass prices. You know, maybe y'all could. Maybe the people who voted for Trump, the middle class people don't mind the price hike because they still making their money or whatever. You know, I know business owners still like Trump because they can afford all these price hikes. You know, major business, small business, like real small business, actual small business, mom and pop places. Nah, I'm talking about businesses. Like if somebody owns a Pizza Hut, who owns Pizza Hut? Or if somebody owns a Jersey Mike's or a McDonald's or something like that, you don't care about no price hike because you still make your hundreds of thousands a year or more. Um, so y'all don't care about that, but you know, Donald Trump through his tariffs raised the prices. Um, he took away DEI for everyone, but kept it with a certain nation in America, a small minority of folk. And if you understand politics and know exactly what I'm talking about, um, he said he was going to end wars in one day. Didn't do that. Russia and Ukraine, they're still fighting, aren't they? So exploded the deficit. I thought Republicans were financially sound and fiscally responsible. You know, the deficit has exploded. There's just, you know, what are you doing? Um, you want to take away social programs, but the industrial complex, you know exactly what I'm talking about, is still exploded. It's still through the roof. The number one cause are in debt. Um, you know, and to switch sides right quick to look at the Democrats, you know, they talk about, oh, we're all are for environmental science and global warming, yada yada yada, but won't cut the budget of the industrial complex. The biggest polluters in the world is war. War is the biggest polluters in the world. You destroy, you burn, you kill. Who's cleaning all that stuff up? Who's cleaning up all of that? No one. All the carbon emissions of fire and explosions and weaponry vehicles that put all types of pollutants in the air. Where are the Democrats when they say, "Oh, we are for the environment"? Our political system, our two-party political system, ain't it? It's just not it. All right, and I'm gonna end it on that note. I don't want to talk too much more about that. Makes me depressed. But make sure you see the positive. Now, the positive in what I just told you is, hey, that's the truth, number one. And number two, now you know. And knowing is power. Trust me. So we are out of here. Hope you guys had a great day. Have a great weekend or have a great week. take your pick, right? Talk to y'all another. Hey, thank you for that like. I definitely appreciate you. I got more content coming on the channel. What we're gonna do? We're gonna do a lot more live streams this week. I do need to make some videos, but we're gonna do a lot more live streams. Maybe probably live stream tonight. Probably play some ESG football. I love that game. I love that game, and Battlefield 6 is keeping me super busy. All right, we are out of here. Hope you guys have a great one. Peace. ESG football, baby.